And this is this situation that's grown up around Congressman Steve Scalise. He's part of the part of the Republican leadership in the House. It turns out that 12 years ago, he made a speech to a white supremacy group. Some Democrats are saying he ought to leave. Speaker Boehner says he's standing with him. I don't think that this helps the Republican case in any way, but what about Congressman Scalise? Is this a serious thing?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, is this a serious thing? I got to tell you, this is going to be the end of it for me, I hope. And I hope that's the end of it for the rest of the media. Last Give Me Five, we brought you David Duke with CNN. This is Newt Gingrich, who is wonderful on this topic with Bob Schieffer. Watch.
Let me say, first of all, I admire your professionalism. You got through that whole thing without breaking up. The fact is, you have a president who for years went to a church whose pastor said stunningly hateful things about America. The president explained he didn't hear any of them, okay? And we all gave him a pass. He gave a great speech in Philadelphia as a candidate. We said, okay, we got it. Now, he went to that church a long time and listened to Reverend Wright a long time. You have other cases. You have Bob Byrd, who was the majority leader, who was a Klan leader. You had Hugo Black, who was a justice, who was a Klan leader, but they were Democrats. So being in the Klan was okay.
There you go. If you're a Democrat, being in the Klan was okay. So much so that at their funerals, Bill Clinton will make an excuse for why Robert Byrd joined the Klan. And didn't you love his answer to Schieffer? First of all, I admire your professionalism for getting through that whole question without cracking up, basically, with a straight face. Because it's hypocrisy. Hypocrisy 101. Here's more from Newt.
The fact is, the only African-American member of the Louisiana delegation, a Democrat, says that Steve Scalise does not have a racist bone in his body. Mia Love, the brand new first Republican African-American woman in Congress, said he's been extraordinarily helpful to her. Scalise is a deeply committed Catholic who condemns hate organizations and, to the best of our knowledge, gave a speech on taxes 12 years ago. Now, for a 12-year-old speech to be blown up into a national story, I think is, frankly, one more example of a one-sided view of reality.
Right. Are we going to draw up Hillary defending the Black Panthers? Are we going to draw up Hillary and what she said as she defended that sexual predator and the deal that she got for that sexual predator? I mean, is all that going to come up? You see, when you talk about anything Hillary, oh, that's old news. Oh, that's old. But and the hypocrisy here, like he brought up, Robert Byrd and others. And if you're a Democrat, it's okay to have been a Klan's member, to be a member of the Klan. But if you're a Republican and you spoke at a group 12 years ago on taxes, you must be a racist. That's the way the media works. That's how they operate. More.
Here you have, you're coming up on the 2016 race. Aren't Republicans going to have to find some way to appeal to Hispanics and to African Americans? And what is that way? Because I think you would agree right now, if you just look at it, it doesn't look like they're doing very much.
Doesn't look like they're doing very much? You know, thank you, Bob, the expert political strategist for the Republican Party. Take it, Newt.
First of all, if Steve Scalise as the whip helps pass criminal justice reform, if he helps organize the kind of hearings that Congressman Cummings has called for, if we see action on real things that affect real lives, nobody's going to say, but didn't you 12 years ago stupidly schedule a group? Second, Kasich in Ohio got 26% of the African-American vote and was endorsed by the biggest black newspaper. Deal in Georgia, Governor Deal, doubled his share of the African-American vote, driven in part by criminal justice reform. Senator Cornyn carried the Latino vote in Texas, and the gubernatorial candidate got, I think, 44%.
Don't expect Bob Schieffer to know this. Why should he? Why should he? He just uses the talking points from the Democratic Party, whether he uses them literally or figuratively. Why should he know everything Newt just said? Why should he not be ignorant of it? And here's one more.
I believe we could have a very different election in 16. I don't think demography is destiny. I think leadership is. And a Republican Party, which is solving problems, is going to do very well
in the 2016 presidential election. So says Newt Gingrich. One thing about Newt, I love his forthrightness, his willingness to take on the media. I think that's very important, and any presidential candidate for the Republicans better have that ability. On the Steve Malzberg Show.